Welcome everyone to my presentation on the top 10 NFL owners. The criteria for this project, I've chosen to focus on the top 10 most valuable NFL franchises, and I'll look at how the owner acquired the team, how they got the wealth to purchase the NFL team, and I just want to give you brief insight into who they are, and I will not be looking at coaches or players. So when I went through this, I expected to find mostly generational wealth, white families who have owned the team throughout time. And that wasn't the case with a lot of this. And I'm interested to get into that and show you. So number 10, the Houston Texans, Janice McNair, who is the wealthiest female team owner in American sports, is now the owner of the Houston Texans. Her husband, Robert, purchased the team for $700 million in 1997, and he passed away recently, which gave her control of the team. The Eagles are worth $3.4 billion. Jeffrey Lurie is the owner. He purchased the team with a loan for $195 million in 1994. He's from a wealthy Jewish family with a lot of small businesses, and he had been trying to get an NFL team for a while. The Washington football team, $3.5 billion. Dan Snyder is now the complete owner with his sister and mother. And he just last month bought the remainder of the team that he didn't own from 99. Virginia McCaskey is the main owner of the Bears right now. Her father is George Halas, who was the original sponsor of the Bears in 1920, and she's the oldest and longest tenured owner of any NFL team. The Jets are owned by brothers Woody and Chris Johnson, who purchased the team and for $635 million in 2000, and they're the sons of the Johnson and Johnson co-founder. The 49ers are owned by Denise Bartolo York, whose father purchased the team for $13 million in 1977, and she got control from 2001 when her brother got into some legal issues. The Rams are owned by Stanley Kroenke, who purchased 30% of the team in 95, and in 2010 he became a full owner. He has a lot of NFL team, or one NFL team, an NBA team, an NHL team, Arsenal FC. His wife is the daughter of the Walmart co-founder. The Giants are owned by John Mara and Steve Tisch. Both men have generational ties to the franchise. The Patriots are owned by Robert Kraft, who basically had to use some maneuvering to gain control of the team, but I'll just keep it brief here for the sake of the presentation. And then the Cowboys, number one, $5.7 billion. Jerry Jones purchased the franchise for $144 million in 1989, and they're now worth $5.7 billion. He's like the main face of NFL ownership. So basically all these people are white mostly, and I think that that's interesting. Of these, three are women. So many of these owners did come from generational wealth, but some of them did earn their own money. But either way, it's just about how having access to the money, and not only that, but having interest in the NFL teams. So outside of football, I wanted to look at one guy, Michael Jordan, who is obviously a great NBA player, and he's the only black owner of the three major American sports. And I think as we move through time, we will see more black athletes in particular continue to accumulate wealth and be able to purchase these franchises, because they do go for sale pretty often. And not only that, we know these players have interest in the teams, which I think is a key aspect that a lot of people overlook, because there's only a few black billionaires in the country right now, unfortunately. But I think over time we'll continue to see that grow. And my prediction is that Shaquille O'Neal, who's in just about every commercial in America, will purchase the LA Chargers within the next 5 years. Thank you for watching my presentation. These are my sources.